You know, some people age like a fine wine, and some people age like a can of special brew left on a hot windowsill. Whichever one you are, get ready to talk about those pesky little emotions of yours, because it's time for another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Please welcome your host, Sam Lake. It was me the whole time. If you were on the chase, which chaser would you want? Because they've got new ones now.
Yeah, probably Beast.
Beast, classic.
Yeah. And I like that he's got a beast in him.
What do you mean?
Do you not know this?
When you say a beast,
He's got a beast inside him.
is he an animal?
Yeah,
You turn into it like a fox.
Yeah. He's got deep inside his his body is a beast,
Right.
and it's up to you to decide whether that's a metaphor or he does transform.
I hope it's literal.
Yeah, me too. Really.
What did you mean when you said he's got a beast in him?
What did I mean?
Yeah.
What I meant is that you've got a choice of whether to decide that's a metaphor or whether it's a literal beast.
I'll say what I think you mean, and we can edit it out. Do you mean because he married his cousin?
Oh, no. No, I didn't know that.
He did.
Whoa,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he married his cousin.
Wow. God, there's three now. There's three possible beasts.
There's three possible options. It's the
Within the
first
beast.
question of your round.
Wow.
Why is the beast called the beast?
Why is he called the beast?
What a way to start. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings, the show where me and a wonderful guest, we enjoy a beverage of their choice and we talk about something they're passionate about. We've already started on that. And we find out how it connects to their feelings. And I'll introduce the guest in just a second, even though you can see who they are because they're sat right next to me and we're both in shot of the camera. I just want to take a little moment to thank all of our Patreons. Thank you so much, guys. You're the best. If you want to become an official Rosé slut and support us here on the pod and get all kinds of extra bonus content, then you can follow the link in the description wherever you're listening or watching this. That was a lot of stuff to say, wasn't it?
You did very well at that,
Thank you so much.
You must have done that a lot of times.
Maybe 4.
Oh, wow.
When I remember to do it.
I thought you'd done it way more. You were really good.
I have read before, and I would like to do it again. Yeah.
Were you reading that? What were you reading that?
No, that was reading from my brain.
Oh, is that how you talk? You're reading.
I think it's called thinking.
Right, yeah. In your head, you're reading. It's all everything's scripted.
Yeah, everything is. I've rehearsed everything that's going to happen today. I've written your parts as well.
Oh, it's all written, pre-written.
That misunderstanding about the beast, pre-planned.
Whoa, what about this?
You're not following the exact stage direction that I gave you because I asked you to do that with a camp accent.
Oh no.
Today's guest is the wonderful Joe Kemp Walters.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
We love it when people are good.
Yeah, it's nice to be here in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Or was that given? Do you not want people to know where it's what the location
I think
is?
you can. I think you can say the city we're in.
Okay.
And like
it's
you
great
haven't.
to be here on
The Pentagon. We might have to bleep that in case people start sending us like underwear and bath
you can put it on the
water.
wall.
We could. Nick, send us your gussets. We'll stick them up on the board. Lovely. No, you can. We might bleep out the address, but no, you can say that you're in Edinburgh. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. No, great. But yeah, we've been doing some quite touristy things.
Touristy. We were talking about that. You've done the Museum of Childhood.
Museum of Childhood.
Yeah.
I think I did the Museum of Writers next. You been to that one?
We have a Museum of Writers?
Museum of Writers, Burns.
Like
the other one.
As in, Burns the writer. You didn't just then go to the Burns Ward.
No.
Right,
It's his writing. I don't know a lot about him, but I did once have a record from a charity shop called the Bawdy Burns.
Oh,
yeah, it's quite good. There's kind of a
like cheeky and
he had lots of cheeky stuff as well. I think people don't really remember the cheeky stuff. But there's a whole album of his really cheeky poetry. And there's this all with a kilt on the front, and there's it's just out of sight,
like Marilyn Monroe on the steam grate.
Yeah.
But it's a hefty kilt, so it's not going anywhere.
What would be the vents in the sort of Scottish scenario?
Probably just like a man lying down and just going,
Right, yeah.
just having a blow.
Yeah.
It's a
Big-
pastime
Big
here.
Scottish blower.
A big Scottish blower, yes.
But it's great. It's great to be here in Scotland.
We're very happy to have you here in our city
Yeah.
and this specific building. Dynamic Earth. When you edit it and you have to pick just put like, I don't know, Donald Trump saying the Pentagon or something. So you're here in Edinburgh, and you're having a lovely time. You're doing tours. You're also doing a show.
Did a show last night.
Did a show last night. Was
Yeah.
it enjoyable?
It was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it was the best the new show has been yet.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which is all you can ask for, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all you can ask for. It's all I did ask for, and I got
Yes.
what I asked for.
Oh,
So
well, you must have been a good little boy.
very good. Yeah.
Is that a show you're taking to the Fringe? Are you touring it?
It is. Yeah, it's going to go to the Fringe and then go on tour next year. Yeah, it's
Classic.
It's a
Lovely.
sequel. Which I realise is a very bold thing to do with a live show.
Well, if you did a prequel, I think that would be bolder.
That probably would be bolder, but then at least a prequel, you don't need to know necessarily all the information. That's the thing that I think is
Yeah.
quite bold, is that you need to know all the information.
You're trusting
from the
that people
first
were there
show.
before.
And then actually, when I've been last night, I kind of went, "Give us a cheer if you saw the last show." You know, maybe 5 people in the room and see the last show, and then you're continuing in it on
Yeah.
straight from where it left off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just feels maybe a little bit. I can understand why people don't do that now.
What if you started with like one of those things on like on Married at First Sight or like the drama where it's like
A recap.
previously on Married at First Sight?
That's actually
Yeah.
the plan.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. The plan is, and I think I'll look quite foolish now if I don't get this organised now. But
We've got
maybe it's
this on
good to
tape.
get it down and get it in
Yeah.
the can.
Yeah.
Then you're at the mercy of the can. You've promised it.
Can wants what the can wants.
Yeah. I'm gonna get an animation done to recap the first show.
Yeah.
Like a sort of creepy 70s style animation.
Oh,
Sort of tell
okay.
you the story so far.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's the plan.
Delightful.
I think it's going to cost a lot of money.
Well, you could sell merch.
Yeah. That's sort of somewhat black. Yeah, but then...
Little tubs of Sudocrem or something.
Yeah. But then it's less satisfying, isn't it, when you're selling merch and you're like, okay, that's just covering the animation budget. I've made a lot of kind of decisions in the show that are all going to cost a lot of money now.
Would it be cheaper if you did low scale claymation?
No, that's way
Is
more
that way
expensive.
more
I think. What if I did
expensive?
it myself? I suppose.
Right.
But then I'd spend. I think that would take me 3 months. And that
Okay.
is the amount of time that I have to now finish writing
Yeah,
the
you got time.
show. But then the show would have to be done then, and I'd just have to dedicate myself to claymation for 3 months, which I could do.
Hey, I think
Are you busy? What are you up to?
I am a little busy, but I do have so much clay.
Okay, all right.
and I've got to get rid of it somehow.
Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it gets rid of it if you make. Oh no, you just give it to me and I'll do it.
Yeah, you can just have it.
All right. Yeah.
It's
great.
just a solid, like meter by meter block of clay.
Wow. What colour? Clay colour.
Clay colour.
Ah,
yeah.
classic. You went with the original.
Yeah. Classic
Yeah,
clay.
yeah.
clay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your clay. Give me your clay.
Feels like a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Give me a clay.
Give me your clay. Come on.
Should we crack open a can?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
get into your drink. Now, this is a pale ale.
Yeah. I'm not sure I've had this particular.
Have you not a Talking Head American Pale Ale? And
Because Talking Heads, the band, are American. Very clever.
it's very smart.
Yeah.
I love music.
Wow.
And it says it's extra pale, crisp, and fresh.
Wow.
Get a load of that.
Sounds delicious.
All these cans are nice and cold as well. Are you fussy about whether I assume you've got to have like a cold can?
Well, Well, I suppose so. In a can, maybe. I like to drink it room temp as well.
Would you?
I would. I'm not that fussy. And I think a pale ale in particular doesn't have to be cold.
Does it not?
No. The reason I like pale ale is because I feel like you can have your cake and eat it.
Okay.
And I'll leave that there.
Great.
No, the reason is
no
because...
further context needed.
Is because it's like, it's the most old man hipster drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My granddad would have had a pale ale.
Right.
At the working men's club. But also I can have this, in a can, and it's called Talking Heads. You know what I mean? And but you don't feel like too much of a wanker.
It's trendy, but they also had it in the past.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a pale ale.
It's a trendy take on a classic.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I like. And I like ordering a pale ale at the bar because I just feel grounded. You know what I mean? Is that strange? I go, a pale ale
puts you in the right place.
Yeah.
You're like, I know where I am.
Yeah.
And it's pale.
Yeah. And it's and it tastes okay.
I'll be the judge of that.
Right, yeah, let's
have
find
a
out.
little. Oh, hang on. I might have to use 2 hands. Okay, bear with.
I'm going to use one. Yeah.
I broke it.
Oh no. There is something you could do here. I think if you give that bit a big wallop with something. Have we got like a bit of the end of a knife, but not the sharp end. Or maybe not a knife. It doesn't have to be a knife.
A pen?
Or a knife. Maybe a knife.
It's time for a little break for our sponsors. Today's sponsors just really big knives.
Big knives.
Yeah.
You've got a big hunk of clay. What else are you going to get into it with if not a big knife?
Yeah. Oh, I think they would use that little, the taut wire.
Yeah, which is a kind of knife. Yeah. Oh, wow, okay.
You can't see this. Producer Claire's just walked in with several knives.
Let's try the opener first.
Oh, do you think...
Well, there's a can opener.
Okay.
Or there's a big sharp knife, or there's a plastic knife.
I don't trust myself to do any of that. So...
I'll give it a go.
Are you going to give it a go?
I'll put the mic down.
All right, yeah.
Right, okay. So
I'll provide commentary.
I don't know where... I feel like I've done this before. But I feel like if you just give that a good whack...
Well, because it's got to go down, right?
Yeah.
It's got... Apply a bit of...
Just
oh,
give
God.
that boosh.
Yeah.
We
like
move
that.
the mic out.
Oh,
yeah. Delicate. I've got... Yeah.
Do you want to hold it?
I'll hold it because we've spilt stuff on the carpet before as well.
Okay.
I'm trying to... Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my God! It works! There you go. It's a bit frothy.
It's my favourite bit.
Wow! Oh my God! I feel amazing. Wow! Like actually a real rush. Woo!
It feels like the ultimate laddie version of when Rose has fallen off the back of the Titanic and Jack comes in to pull her back up.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. But there's no room. Get back in. Is that how it goes?
Teach me like spit like a man. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I wonder if it's done anything to the flavour.
I can't tell. Well, maybe we could, if you don't mind swapping, we could.
Okay.
We could see if it's done anything.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's done something to the mouthfeel.
Yeah, no, it genuinely it has. This feels a lot smoother.
It does, doesn't it? And that's got a kind of metallic bump.
Which one do you prefer?
Well, I feel like I should, lie in the bed I made.
Well, no, I was lying in the bed and I chapped myself, and then you came in and just changed the covers.
Yeah. And now I'm going. Don't worry, I'll get in. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll get in here. Don't worry about me. I better get in. I changed the bed, so I better lie in it. I think there's a slight leak maybe from there.
No, is there? I didn't notice one. I think you're okay. I think this is all residue. I think this is condensation.
Okay.
I think you're okay.
Great.
Yeah. Get it down, yeah. How's it making you feel? You enjoying that?
Oh yeah, it's well, you know, it's connected me with my ancestors.
Do you prefer a draft, a can?
Oh, cask.
Cask. Okay.
And that's why I think I'm all right with it being room temperature, because cask is always normally room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I prefer cask.
Okay.
There's something about the pull. I like the way that you know what I mean?
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's pulling levers anymore, are
That's
they?
the
You know
thing
what
about
I
the
mean?
kids today.
They're
Gen
not-
Z, they don't want to pull the
They
lever.
don't want to pull a lever, they want a little tap. Flick the tap. You know when someone does that in the bar, they flick the tap on
Well,
and
they have a
they
little
go away
flick.
for a bit, and they go and
They make a TikTok. They go,
yeah, they
my
flick
God.
the tap, they make a TikTok in the time that the pint's poured, and they flick the tap off. You know, I like the. Someone's really pulling you, your pint.
Like it's like it doesn't want you to have the beer.
Yeah.
Put a bit of challenge, bit of effort.
You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
I like it. Pull the lever.
Pull the lever. Lovely. Well, we've got them open, so I feel like we've achieved a lot already. Let's dive into your topic. And I'm very excited to talk about it. I feel like this is the most apt podcast to talk about this on, because your topic is light entertainment.
Light entertainment. And this has been pretty light so far, I'd say.
Oh, if anyone picked this up and said, well, that's a bit heavy, I'd say, you're unwell.
You're reading between the lines.
Yes. Light entertainment. Let's sort of like define our boundaries here. What are we calling light entertainment?
Oh, that's a good question. And I think I should immediately caveat it by saying I'm not particularly knowledgeable in the area. I just like the vibe.
But that's fair if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
The vibe of light entertainment.
I like the vibe.
Are we talking TV shows? Are we talking, like a Butlin's Red Coat or a Magician?
Yes.
Are we talking about those classic game shows, which were basically like, guess what's in the box?
Yeah, the kind of things you find on Challenge.
Noel Edmonds' House Party.
Yes, Noel Edmonds' House Party.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
Oh.
Blankety blank.
It's a shame I didn't win Speedboats. But yeah. Oh, lovely.
So good. But then we could even go so far back to, if you'd like to, we could go back to the music hall.
The music hall?
The music hall, where it all began, where
the first
sort of modern entertainment as we know it began there, and that was the kind of original light entertainment.
What was the music? Was it a live show? Was it a TV show? What was it?
It was a type of building. It was a type of theatre, the music hall.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to caveat this. I don't know a lot about it, but I like them.
We're not gonna fact check you.
There's some ones locally you could go visit.
Yeah.
Still. Have you ever been to the Panopticon in Glasgow?
No. Panopticon.
It's called the Panopticon, which is a slightly confusing. It makes
one
it
of
sound
the
like a government
Transformers.
building or the
Yeah,
Transformer.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's I think basically music halls were like, you had theatres that were for like operas
Yes.
and plays.
Yeah.
But then the music hall was kind of like the people's entertainment was on in the music hall. So they were like dedicated theatres for people. Well, they call it doing a turn.
Doing a turn.
Doing a turn.
A turn on the stage.
And it would be
Yeah.
variety. So, you'd have a singer on, you might have a comedian on. But the comedy would be very different to how you could possibly recognise it today, really, which is what I find most interesting about it.
I'm going to reference something that probably nobody's heard of, but do you remember a show called Tipping the Velvet?
No.
It was a period drama about lesbians in the early 1900s, and one of the variety acts that you go to see at the show would be a lady dressing up as a man, so like a drag king, but I don't think they would have called it that at the time.
No.
And then they'd do a little dance, sing a little song or something, and then like in the show they'd go backstage and have like a ton of lesbian sex, but I assume not everyone was doing that.
I reckon that was going
Probably,
on. Though.
probably,
I reckon
yeah.
it was. Yeah, I reckon it was where, kind of a lot of like early queer debauchery sort of like
Probably.
found it. I mean, there's an interesting thing there, isn't there?
Yeah.
With, where like, you know, it was illegal to be gay then, but they also loved camp entertainment.
Yes, they did.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Like the heroes of the scene of the time were all sort of camp, and
because they provided entertainment, they were like, okay, we'll let those ones get away with
that's
it.
all right because they can dance for us.
Yes,
sort of thing.
exactly. Yeah. So that's
we've immediately coloured it very darkly. But I
it
think
was a hard time back then. No matter who you were. But basically they would. That's how she discovered her queerness, by going to see a show with the person in. But it was a variety show, so it wasn't just them. There was like someone who juggled, and then there was like a singer, like an opera singer or something. So it's a proper variety show, like you said, and it would happen in a big hall.
Yeah, they're
that was probably
gorgeous, these
purpose-built for something
buildings.
else.
They're all around the place, and some of them are still sort of active. You know, there's like the city varieties. A lot of people tour there in Leeds.
Yeah,
that's like a lot of comedians do their tours there, and that's gorgeous old music hall building.
Yeah.
But there's so many, because I did a little bit of sort of reading on this when I was at university. And
what did you study at university?
I did theatre at university, so sort of, and then I kind of ended up, you could kind of choose what you wanted to specialise in. So I sort of ended up specialising in like comedy. So part of that was, and that's so lame, isn't it? You know, like,
specialising in comedy?
Well, yeah, you know, when people, it's so impressive when people like went to uni and they're like, "What did you do?" They're like, "History." And like, I know loads about the Mongolian Empire, or you're like, "Wow, really cool." They're like, "Oh, what did you do?" Theatre.
Yeah.
Oh, what was your special comedy? So what do you do now? I'm a comedian. It's
but it's all contextual. If you ran into somebody who did a degree in theatre when they're really on it and they know how everything works, then you'd be like, hey, that's pretty impressive.
That checks out. Yeah, but then if you meet someone who's an accountant and they did a degree in theatre, then it feels maybe more.
Well, they've had a hard pivot.
They have, and I don't want to shit on them. They've had a hard time already. Like, you know.
Yeah. To any accountants watching, we see you.
Yeah,
we
I'm
respect
sorry.
You.
It's all right.
We know
really...
in the early 1900s it wasn't legal for you to exist. But
no.
But we celebrate you now.
But you went backstage and you crunched those numbers.
I walk every year in Spreadsheet Pride, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's a big thing.
Yeah. So is that how you became? That's how you got into an appreciation of light entertainment, like way back from like its early origins.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that happened. Well, I'll tell you one thing quickly about. The nature of some of these acts that you... Because what's interesting is you could read the transcripts of these old comedy performances, and because the laughs aren't put in where people laugh, you can't possibly understand where any of the jokes are.
Right.
But you also understand that this was incredibly popular.
Yeah.
And people loved it. There'd be like descriptions of how people would react to a certain act, and then a transcription of the act, and you're like... But where did they laugh?
Where did they do that?
What was funny here? It's so interesting. Like, there was a guy who I've forgotten his name, and I think he kind of made it onto telly eventually. Like, so a lot of people who ended up like Tommy Cooper started in music halls, or like George Formby or any of these people. And this guy, can't remember his name, but his whole act was he'd come on and he'd kind of go like, "Oh, I've got a bad leg." Or it was quite kind of like quite pale, quite skinny. I've got a bad leg. Oh, I've got a bit of a headache today. Oh, I've got to, and he'd sort of list ailments.
Yeah.
And build up the momentum, and then he'd do his big catchphrase. Oh, I'm proper poorly. and then it says in this transcript, standing ovation. It's like, what was this world? What was this world where that was the best shit anyone had ever seen?
I'm proper poorly.
I'm proper poorly.
It's very, like, it's giving Little Britain.
Isn't it, actually? Yeah. Yeah. It's...
Just catchphrase comedy, where the stuff before it doesn't matter.
Because we're building up to the catchphrase, and the catchphrase goes, yeah!
Because people are just, it's like, oh, I'm trying to reference a music thing, and now I'm really out of my depth. The drop. You know, when people are waiting for the drop, it's like, when's the drop going to come in? When's the drop's going to come in? But with
I'm proper poorly.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, it's a dubstep remix.
Yeah. We should get on that.
Are we Daft Punk?
I think we are. Less French.
We. Well, so you're really into the history, because I'll be honest, like when I saw light entertainment, I'm thinking
Game
of
shows.
I'm thinking of game
You're thinking
shows.
Bradley.
I am thinking
You're
of Walsh.
thinking of Brad.
People, we're so used to seeing him hosting the Chase, and he hosts the Gladiators now with his son.
Oh, we could get into that, couldn't we?
Couldn't we just?
But then that also feels a bit like going for accountants who did performing arts degrees. It feels like the same level of sort of
is his name
easy
Barney?
target, you know.
Barney Walsh.
Yeah, I think
What did
that's
he
right.
study?
Really good question.
Barney
I
Walsh
think we're Googling
qualifications.
it. Yeah, what did he study? Surely he went to. Well, I don't know. He's an absolute log of a man, isn't he? He's a real. Oh, bless him.
It must be hard having your dad be Bradley Walsh.
Yeah.
Because Bradley Walsh is just like everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Everybody's cup
He's the
of tea.
everyman.
Yeah, everyone.
He is every man.
Milfs, Dilfs,
All of it.
kids, the whole family, Gran, everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his son.
His son.
Acting.
Oh, he did.
He did acting.
Where did he do it?
Guildhall School of Music and Drama.
Oh,
Okay, is that?
I think that's one of
quite
the
a
good
nice
ones,
one.
actually. Yeah.
Well, I imagine he's probably used to the finer things.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
He didn't get into RADA though, did he? Bradley couldn't pull those strings for him.
Ooh, shade. Ooh. Barney Walsh dragged. Yeah, I think of all of that kind of stuff. I think of game shows. You mentioned Challenge TV earlier.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Oh, with our knockoff Skybox, and then you flick it over to Challenge TV. What a time to be alive! A rerun of The Crystal Maze.
Yeah.
Delightful. And then and I was saying to you before, 1-2-3 with Dusty Bin.
Yeah. Tell me about this. Yeah. Dusty Bin was the presenter.
Well, no, Dusty Bin was the mascot, and this is a proper old show because this was around. This is around when things were still sort of transitioning between black and white to color TV, and this was like one of the shows that like you saw like swap to color after the first couple of series. But basically, it was a normal game show. I couldn't tell you what the contestants were there, what they were supposed to do. It's just at some point halfway through the show, Dusty Bin would come out, and Dusty Bin was.
Can I guess? Was it a big? Was it a big bin?
Yeah.
That kind of went like. Hom, bum, 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 bum. Hom, bum, 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 bum.
Sort of. I don't think Dusty Bin ever spoke, but Dusty Bin was on wheels and it was remote controlled, so it could like move around the studio. And I think it was hosted by Des O'Neill. Remember Des O'Neill?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
had like Strike It Rich, Lucky
babies.
Bitches.
Yeah.
It was like he had one where you had to like open a box and then he'd like take whatever's in the box and then like go like, oh,
And then
I
go,
don't, It was the origins of Mr. Blobby.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Blobby was
yeah,
inside
yeah,
Dusty Bin, and then
yeah,
Dusty
yeah.
Bin eventually shed his exterior form and then became Mr. Blobby. You try and explain like some of these light entertainment parts of British culture to someone who didn't grow up here, and they go,
It is.
"What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean you took Carol Vorderman, a respected mathematician, and then covered her in whipped cream on a Saturday evening at 6 p.m?
Oh, I think it's the bit. It's very hard to be proud of a lot of things about Britain, but I think it is the one thing I can definitely say I'm proud of is that
yeah.
we've got that in our cultural
Because
history.
I feel like if you look at other countries and they're sort of like, I don't know, what should we say? Like sort of like the wacky parts of their entertainment history.
Yeah.
If you think like America or something, you'd be like, oh, that's actually That's actually pretty bad even for that time.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, now I think about it, if we were going back to the musical, there's definitely a lot of stuff that we shouldn't be proud of in our wacky history. I think we've got that as well. I think actually the Americans,
Well,
I think they got that from us.
Oh.
Yeah, shit. No, I am not proud of it. Damn
it.
God damn it. We've just talked ourselves out of
What, out of what? A minstrel sponsorship. We think it's bad. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
In the year of 2025 is when we finally put a stop to it.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
With a couple of playhouses in hand on
The White House.
Mark the day, mark the place. This is where it all ended.
Ian, every mention of Pizza Hut buffet, the Pentagon, the Twin Towers, just like every dynamic Earth. Why not? Why not? It's in the same caliber.
This bin,
Yeah, no, go on.
did it have eyes?
Yeah, it had a face. It was like
Right, it wasn't just a bin
It's
that
a-
moved of its own accord.
what's
That
it
was
called?
enough to...
Is it anthropomorphized? When you give an inanimate object
eyes, and the mouth is presumably the...
I don't think the mouth moved. They hadn't got that technology
Hang on,
yet.
you've got...
It's got a face, eyes, nose, and a mouth.
And the mouth is the bin lid.
No, it's
That's
a
so
bin. You know, like a metal bin with like a circular lid.
Not a wheelie bin. I was imagining a wheelie bin.
Like the bin that you'd
Right.
find Oscar the Grouch in.
Right, got you.
It would be like that.
One of
So
those
like,
bins.
and the lid was like a different color, I think. So it kind of was like
Right.
his hair. And he was wearing shoes as well. He had shoes, and
Right.
shoes were on wheels.
Okay.
So that's how he moved around.
God, when they selected their type of bin, they really made some errors there, I think. Because you've got a wheelie bin, already has wheels, you can
Right.
move it around.
Yeah.
And it's got a really obvious mouth to it as
But
well.
I think
you know?
because it was called Dusty Bin.
Oh, that is a dustbin.
It's a dust
That is
bin.
a dustbin. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's me thinking I knew better
No,
than the
no.
Granada Studios in the 70s.
Do you know what though? Now that I'm saying it's remote controlled, I might be making it up. I think there was someone inside the bin.
Oh, can we find that out?
find that out? Was there a man inside Dusty Bin? Because I'm pretty sure the man who was in Dusty Bin was like a small child, and then he grew up. You're not going to believe this, Daniel Day-Lewis.
No way.
I'm kidding.
He
I
was
don't know.
method.
Yeah.
He ate trash
Yeah,
every
he
day. He
did.
grew up on
Yeah.
trash. Wow.
Have you got a picture of Dusty Bin?
I'm trying to find.
Have I made it up?
Oh, this would be good.
Wouldn't it? It's not even like a Mandela effect where I've slightly misremembered something. I invented a whole show.
What's that called? Just a delusion.
It's a
Just
a lovely
straight up
psychosis.
delusion.
That's Dusty Bin.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Dusty Bin.
He looks like a bit of a cousin of Henry Hoover.
Yes, it's
They're
very
probably in the
that.
Henry family.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think there was a small person inside Dusty Bin
Really good.
and operated that. You know how like there was someone inside R2D2.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Warwick Davis,
Yes, that and he.
part of his lineage.
And circling back to light entertainment, Tenable.
Tenable,
lovely programme.
How does that one work again?
So you get a list of you get given a topic with 10 things on it,
Yeah.
and it will be like I don't know what's apart from light entertainment, what's like something that you think you might know something about.
Oh, I might know something about North Norfolk.
North Norfolk. Okay, so it would be right. You need to name the top 10 local councillors of the North Norfolk Council area
Oh, no,
elected in the last general election.
Okay, yeah.
And they are in alphabetical order.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, and then you'd
And
make-
I don't get any options here. I've got to name.
No, you
I've
just
got
have to
name.
guess.
I've got to name it.
and then you name, and then if you name 5, then that means you win £1,000 for the pot.
Okay.
And then you do the final round, which is basically the same thing.
Okay, I'm really stressed now.
It wouldn't be.
think I can do that.
It would probably
I
it'd probably
do it.
be more
I
like.
don't know anything about North Norfolk.
It'd probably be more like top 10 best-selling Sugar Babe songs or something.
Okay.
Then you have to name 10 Sugar Babe songs.
Okay. Should we do it?
I mean, we could. Hole in the Head.
Hole in the Head.
Freak Like Me.
Freak Like Me.
Overload.
What the train? Get on the train because the train's leaving the station. One
Train
way
comes, I don't know where destination. That's
yes,
Overload.
Yes, yeah. Oh, you've done that one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Love the Babes. I do. That was the flash at 4. She's not honking the horn.
That's push the button.
Oh, push the button.
Push the button.
Best one.
I thought you were starting a train. Push the button is a really good one. It's a really good one.
Let
So
me
we're
know.
on 4 now. So if we got one more,
Then what? Oh, then we get
Yeah.
some money.
yeah.
Then we get some money.
So
well,
there-
we better
we'd be-
do it then.
we've got
come
to
on,
do
we
it.
gotta do one more. We get some money.
But it's got to be in the top 10. Like top 10 best-selling songs.
It can't be.
Round, round.
You spin me right round. Yeah.
Round, round.
Is that's not what I was thinking.
You're
though, was
thinking
it?
of Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Lovely song.
Good song.
Good song. Wouldn't get you any points though. So now we've got 5. So now we've got £1,000 in the kitty.
That was really easy.
Hope Kitty doesn't mind. And then you have to, and then you can keep giving answers. You can try and get the whole list to get more money in the kitty. And at the end, you all come back and you do one final round together, but it will be harder. So that might be your top 10 city councillors in Norfolk.
Right, okay. And then that's
Yeah.
yeah. Gets more niche.
One time the topic was something like most recent Eurovision winners. I got every single one.
Wow.
I had every single
You're a
one.
big Eurovision head.
Yeah, I've sort of fallen out of favour with it just because of how things have
The
gone
politics.
the politics and all the flag
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. But that's a bit of shame. But no, some good ones.
And annoying because Eurovision also very light entertainment coded.
Very light entertainment. And
Yeah.
but I do have to say, I think it's nowhere near as sort of camp and silly as it used to be. Do you find this as well? Like silly. You know, I'm talking like Einweidra, you know, these guys, you know, like for me, the golden era of that feels like it's gone. Do you agree as a big Eurovision head? I'm a bit more casual.
I think Eurovision's gone into more of like a cunty girl bop phase, which I don't mind. I love a bit of cunty girl
Yeah,
bop.
yeah.
But yes, the sort of silly, like your Russian grannies, your Polish butter churners.
Oh, they were good, weren't they?
But the
Yeah.
thing is like a lot of the reason why we think it's so camp and silly is because in their countries, it's actually a lot more intellectual and smart than it appears to us as like just English people, because you go back and read some of the songs and the lyrics that they'd written, and some of them, especially back in the 50s and 60s, very dodgy. Like there's one song that I think nearly won, and the title of the song is something like "How Can He Love Me? I'm Only a Child." So like you have to, it's there somewhere.
It's silly. It's just a
It's
silly
a
little. We're having a
laugh.
laugh.
But no, but like some of the songs that we would go like, that's so wacky, that's so quirky and different. And then there's a woman in Spain going like, that's actually quite an emotional song for me to sing about how my family died in the Spanish Armada or something.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We're just like, that's a good hat.
But then they also, one year Spain did send Last Ketchup.
Oh, as in,
Yeah, they sent them.
What was their new hit?
It was called Bloody Mary.
Okay,
And the chorus was just Bloody Mary, por favor, because they really want a Bloody Mary. And they would
Which made with ketchup, presumably.
Last Ketchup, please. And they would sit on office chairs, and the choreography was just sort of them spinning around on the chairs, but they'd all do it at the wrong times.
Wow.
And also they're not singing too good.
Oh, I have to dig this one out.
Oh, it's whatever the opposite of a banger is.
Okay, it's that. What would the opposite of a bagger be? A whimper?
Yeah, it's a yeah.
Yeah.
Just a noise. Oh, but it's Spanish. We'd be like, ay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So light entertainment, like now in these times of our Lord 2025. What are the heavy hitters of light entertainment, do you think? Is it TV based? Is it still live based?
Well, yeah, I suppose my most popular version is the game shows now, isn't it? or
Daytime TV.
Those kind of things, which I do love. I mean, there is still a sort of dying embers of the old live world.
Yeah.
You can go to Blackpool and see sort of like
You sure can.
tribute acts is probably one of the most popular live versions. I think that would come under like entertainment. Tribute acts.
I love a tribute.
Oh
act.
yes, cool.
There was one Fringe where I wasn't drinking, but I was having a puff every now and again. And one time what we like to do with the other people staying in the flat, we buy a lovely box of biscuits, have a little puff, and we go onto this old website, which was like a directory of celebrity impersonators.
Oh,
But
yes.
anyone could upload a profile to it. So some people like either look nothing like the person they were supposed to impersonate, or they'd chosen such a niche person, you'd be like, when would you ever get work? There was one that we absolutely lost it at. It was an impersonator of Les Battersby from Coronation Street.
Wow. Hey, I imagine he does get work.
We tried to call
Hook
him.
him.
The phone's off the hook.
Oh, yeah, because he's constantly on the phone. He's in the band.
Yeah. A fun tribute act I do enjoy. I really do. And I sort of like it better if they are like bad. Really bad.
Oh, yeah, totally. Or a fun spin. Like, have you heard of Gabba Abba?
Gabba Abba.
Gabba Abba.
Is that like Yo Gabba Gabba, but it's ABBA?
I don't know what Yo Gabba Gabba is.
It's a kid show, I think.
Oh, no, it's not
Okay.
that. It's Gabba is like a high BPM form of techno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like really, really good.
Oh, what? So is it like Waterloo, but that?
Waterloo.
That's fun.
Yeah. I don't think they get down very well at Butlins, but maybe on certain weekends, actually. They do. I mean, that's interesting about Butlins and Pontins is they just have to like give the keys over to ravers some weekends just to kind of keep the whole thing going.
Yeah, just to keep the operation
you can go to
afloat.
like mad sort of like 90s raves and things like that at Butlins and Pontins now.
Did you used to go to Butlins?
You know what? I never did. I never went Butlins, never went Pontins because we had a tour caravan. So we just went.
Okay, right.
We just went to lots of different caravan parks, sort of around the place. But we never had the need to like hire a chalet.
Right.
I wish I had
We
because I admire the culture.
the culture of Butlins.
Yeah.
We went to the Minehead Butlins.
Oh, yeah.
One summer. Oh, it was a treat.
Oh yeah,
My little brother met Bob the Builder.
really? Did
Yeah.
he freak?
He met Bob the Builder and then realised he hates. That was the end of his love for Bob the Builder. You saw the light go off in his eyes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Did he think he was real? The big guy.
Hard to say.
'Cause I suppose-
It's a man in a big foam
I
Bob
suppose
the
if you
Builder
like,
costume.
but I suppose if you do understand that as Bob,
Yeah.
and he can't move his mouth,
No, he
that
can't.
would be quite upsetting, wouldn't
He's got
it?
Dusty Bin syndrome.
He's got Dusty
Can't move
Bin
his mouth.
syndrome. Yeah.
No.
It's just a small man in there.
It could be a large man. It was quite a big Bob the Builder.
Right, okay, yeah.
Freakishly big.
Or two children on top of each
It
other.
could have been two.
Trying to get into
A collection
an
of
R-rated
children.
movie.
The naughty children are all inside Bob the Builder, forced to pay for their sins at Butlins.
But that's sad to see the light come out of his house. I mean, I once...
He was still a happy child. It's just that Bob the Builder didn't like.
No, I
him anymore.
kind of understand that. I actually did a bit of mascot work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a whole era of my life working in, I suppose something that is it maybe could be considered a light entertainment of the day. I worked at sort of a farm park.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a farm theme park.
Yeah.
I did a summer there on the entertainments team.
Right.
So that was kind of my Redcoats era.
Yeah, okay.
But part of the job was doing mascots. One day I was a minder for a mascot. Because you got to have a mascot, you got to have a minder.
Oh, right.
Because you can't just let the mascot
What,
out
they, like,
there
bump
on his
into
own.
stuff or if they
Bump
get too
into
hot?
stuff. Children are trying to, push them over and
Right.
stuff. You got to, you're kind of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bodyguard,
yeah.
I suppose.
Okay, yeah.
But then this mascot went to do a heel click, a jump.
Yeah, a hitch kick thing.
Hitch kick. That's what you call it. Yeah, that's
I
good.
think. I don't know.
I like it though. I would
Yeah.
go with it. Yeah. And they fell right down. The head came off. And I've never heard screams like it. It was
no.
Yeah, really, because children really believe they're real.
Yeah.
I think we forget that. Like they see a mascot and they think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And the head came up. The head came rolling off. The guy was there, and I thought he should have doubled down and just gone, Father Christmas isn't real. As well, you know what I mean? Just get it.
Ruin
all,
something
just
else.
get it all over with. One
Yeah.
kind of moment.
I had an experience like that myself when I went to Disneyland.
Oh, really?
And we were in line to see Minnie Mouse, and then Minnie had to go for a break. The mines came out and took them like behind a gate so they could. Well, no, they like changed the person inside the costume, and you could tell because Minnie wasn't pregnant before, but then she came back out and she was definitely pregnant.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what? How?
Because the head was big, but the outfit that the Minnie would wear was a bit more sort of like to the body.
Oh, the head was big, and it was just a bit of a costume for the outfit. It wasn't a whole mascot thing.
Yeah.
He was pregnant. I mean, either that or it gave you a very warped understanding of how it all works.
Don't have sex, they get pregnant right away.
Yeah, right at instant.
Yeah. And now I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck mice. Hey, we could talk about light entertainment for hours, I think, but we are getting to the end of the pod.
Oh,
I know.
it's been lovely.
And it's been nice.
It's been very nice.
Oh,
yeah. Nice to see you.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
It is. Yeah.
Somebody would do that. There was a show called Balls of Steel where somebody would do that.
Nice to see you nice.
No, but they would
Oh,
they
they'd
would
fuck it
purposely do it
up.
wrong. They go like, "Nice to see you," isn't it?
Oh, I bet that made Bruce angry.
Apparently, behind the scenes, we're an incredibly angry man.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, no! Get oh. I think that's the best impression I've ever done.
Yeah, put it in the show. Say that something happened in the past where, like, you had a fight with Bruce Forsyth, doing an animated fight scene with him, and you can just do all the voices.
Great.
Could you do Tess? Could you test Ailey?
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Listen, the last thing that we do with all of our guests is a little thing we call Quickfire feelings.
Oh, okay.
All right, I've got 5 things here. I just want you to tell me how they make you feel. Okay?
Okay.
All right, the first thing, and we ask this to everybody, bit of market research, we'll call it. How do you feel about dark chocolate?
Angry.
Angry.
I didn't know I felt like that. I thought I liked it, but this quickfire thing really just.
Nobody said angry.
I don't know what.
Go with it.
I didn't think I was. But maybe I am angry.
Give in to the dark chocolate
I'm
side.
angry because I think it shames everybody else for just liking normal chocolate.
liking a lovely bit of milk.
It's civilized, isn't it? To like dark chocolate, and it's healthier, and people have it with a coffee, and it's a fine food.
Yeah.
And I think it's not as nice.
No. In complete agreement.
Angry.
Yeah, angry. Okay.
Oh God, that feels good to say.
Are you all right to do the other 4 things?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about steak tartare?
Oh, funny.
Funny?
Yeah, I'm laughing.
Laughing. We're having a laugh at that.
It's funny that it's raw.
You forgot to cook it.
That's funny.
How do you feel about when 2 bus drivers drive their buses next to each other and then they look at each other through the window and give each other a little nod?
Absolute adoration.
Yeah, love that.
Nothing more than the most positive feelings in the world.
A little bit of joy. A little bit of joy in the day.
Yeah.
How do you feel about ball bearings?
Oh, hungry.
Hungry?
Yeah, don't know why.
A steady diet of ball bearings?
Yeah, nails for breakfast, thanks for snacks, ball bearings, before bed.
Tax for snacks. Love that. And finally, how do you feel about Icelandic musician Björk?
Oh, love her. I actually love her.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think she's just very funny.
She is another one where in Iceland they might think, oh, she's like a scholar.
Yeah, true. And I think it can be funny and a scholar.
Yeah, well, hey, Burns.
Burns, he was
Baldy Burns.
Baldy Burns.
He was very funny with that poetry
Yeah.
and the way he'd always tell off Smithers, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Right, well, do you know what? We've only gone and finished the bloody pod. Look at that. It's been a pleasure to have you.
It's been lovely. Thanks for having me, Sam.
Is there anything that you would like to plug for our listeners and viewers?
Yes, I suppose. Well, you don't really get much of a sense of my act from here, but I light entertainment's quite a good theme for it, though.
Yes, it is.
I play a sort of faded light entertainer called Frankie Monroe, who owns a working men's club in Rotherham that's a portal to hell.
Yeah.
That sounds like something
Great.
you fancy checking out. The sequel show. So if you didn't see the first one, there'll be an animation to recap it made from Sam's clay.
Yeah. Yes. It's very wet.
It's very wet. Good tagline. But that's Joe Kent Walters is Frankie Monroe, dead in brackets. Good fun time.
Got it.
Yeah, nice easy show title to remember.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in Cabaret Voltaire. Cabvol, the new Monkey Barrel venue. That's been announced, hasn't it now? Yeah.
Great, lovely.
And that's going to be 9:30 every day at the Fringe.
Delightful.
And then it's going to tour afterwards.
It's going to tour.
It's going to tour.
It's going to tour.
When does this go out? When does the podcast go out?
When does
Maybe
this one
after
go
that.
This will
out?
be early June.
Early June.
Early
We're
June.
into
Well, you
June.
really won't be able to see the first show then. That'll be dead and buried by then.
Dead and buried, never to be seen again.
Yeah. Well, we might. We're going to record it.
Yeah, record it.
Yeah,
Put it as a little special.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the special.
Do it.
Come on.
We'll put a link to all of that below.
Yes,
as well.
thank
We
you.
love to put a link. I'm going to be at the Fringe myself.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
be doing my show Sam Lake. You're joking, not another one.
Really good.
Yeah, I'll also be at Monkey Barrel. I'm in the Tron.
You're in the Tron.
In the
You're Tronning
Tron.
it.
I'm Tron.
Wow. Whack
yeah.
on your VR headset. We're going to 80s future.
Yeah, I'm on a big bike. I've never seen Tron,
Big bike. I've not seen it either. Big
but it
bike.
goes in. It only goes at right angles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Zoolander. No,
Yes.
he can't
No,
go
he
left.
can't turn left.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
only goes at right angles.
Because he can turn more than 90 degrees. He just can't go that way.
Oh, yeah, true.
We're both going to be at the Fringe. Buy a ticket.
Come along.
Go on. Do it. You can follow the pod at I've Had a Rosé, and we'll see you again for another episode next week. Bye, everyone.